Okay. Welcome, mighty companions, to our Joining in Light group. We are going to reference the Joining in Light worksheet, which can be found on joininginlight.net. To our Joining in Light group. We are going to reference the which can be found on joininginlight.net. Or Joining in Light group. Now I can hear what I said.
Yeah.
I can remember. Oh, that's what I said. Okay.
Right?
Oh, we got a dog guarding the gate.
Yeah.
So we're just going to begin with the light, and we'll ask Jesus what's most helpful to look at in this joining. Well, what we were hearing before the session was to look at the desire to delay the correction. And I was hearing that I like the experience of jumping through hoops, kind of putting up obstacles for myself to delay the correction, to delay hearing his voice directly with clarity. So we'll just ask Jesus if this is the desire that's most helpful to look at right now for the healing of the whole.
I get a yes.
I get a yes. That's 4 yeses.
4 out of 4.
And also just want to say thank you to Jesus and the mighty companions for being here and being willing to look directly at desires that deny divinity together. We can see the power of just joining in light, joining quickly in a moment of light. That's what he's encouraging us to do, so that we can be in the honesty of God and see that we carry the light within, and that the light is more powerful than any desire. So what we do is once we have our desire, then we can let Jesus show us how we are relishing this desire, what beliefs we have or thoughts we have that come up. He'll help us so we can look at those and place those in the light together. The desire that we're looking at is the desire to delay the correction. And what I was hearing is that I like to place obstacles in my way, to like feel like I have to jump through hoops in order to have the direct experience of the light. And so I'm just noticing how much I relish that game, that play of consciousness to play this like game of hide and seek from myself and obscure the light. So that's what I'm hearing right now. And anyone that wants to share, if you're hearing something from Jesus and you just want to check in with Jesus and say, is this something you want me to share? You may ask this question once or twice, or you can always ask us if this is, if we're hearing that as well. Everyone's invited to share what you're hearing, and that's greatly encouraged to speak. In these joining sessions, we're learning to speak our natural voice, which is Jesus is the symbol of the light within. He's the symbol of that voice, of the one who knows, the one that we go to and we ask him, so that he will guide us through the desire. And then we don't have to get into the experience. We don't have to re-experience whatever it is. We stay at the level of desire with him and just let him reveal what we need to see.
Renee, I'm sorry. What was the desire again?
Yeah, it's the desire to delay the correction or the atonement, and that can show up so many different ways. It can be kind of like hearing something and then doubting that that's Jesus, or the voice that's where it's coming from. Is this the ego? Is this you, Jesus? We can ask, is this you? And he's just been encouraging us to be in a dialogue with him and just ask him everything. There's nothing we can't ask him. So sometimes I find it helpful to ask him what question is helpful to ask, what's next, or what's most helpful. And we're just like sitting with the relishing of the desire right now. And we can ask if there's holding or releasing. And I hear releasing. And he was just saying, this is very gentle. Just very gentle. If you find that there's distraction or your mind starts to kind of go somewhere, just gently bring it back to the desire.
What he's telling me is how much I love the delay and timeline. Like, it's okay to put the miracle, the acceptance of the miracle on a timeline.
Relishing how I continue to be entertained by the world, and therefore I can happily put off the atonement for a bit.
He's also showing me a belief, a very strong belief I have that right in this moment, I can't accept a miracle. I have to have a timeline. It has to be delayed. It's like I can't accept it right now, which is, yeah, a little, yeah,
Very helpful to see.
yeah.
Yeah, what I hear is like, if there's like a sense of urgency, like, and I desire to feel like anxious, that the joining is helpful in so that he can repurpose this sense of urgency so I can see it another way. And see, let him show me how I'm tolerating suffering, and loving it, getting pleasure out of it, in delaying the correction, which is to hear his voice and accept it, and accept the light, and accept that his voice and my voice is one, and he's speaking through my brother, always, in every moment. There's the opportunity to see it another way.
I can see how there's a lot of energy that is invested or suppressed by this desire, held back. And that if it was freed, if the free flowing expression of love was experienced, like all that would just open up.
Yeah, I was hearing that we could ask, what is the value of the desire? What do we feel like we're gaining from delaying correction? I'm hearing the word protection. It's like keeping myself safe.
And power, an idea of what power is, a concept of what power is. I'm getting a sense of it. It's like a battery with all this stored power that isn't being used. Because using it for the dream isn't using it for anything at all. But it's not free and it holds us back from full expression.
I'm seeing that there's an element of wanting to fight with God over this. Like, I'm not ready, God. Don't force me to change my mind.
Yeah, I was hearing like there's something that could be taken away, some sort of loss or sacrifice.
And it feels very personal,
Mm,
the ego, the personal identity.
yeah. Yeah, I hear there's like a confusion of this with peace, that I can find peace through delaying the correction. Mm. Oh, and I want it.
I'm not giving up the ghost.
Mm. Mhm. Okay, are we hearing that we're releasing? Is this, what are we hearing as far as releasing or holding?
Yeah, I'm hearing releasing.
Mhm. Feels a little lighter, but there's also fear, a sense of fear comes in. Fear is seen, but it's very fleeting. Like the ego goes, well, what's next? What do I do? It feels unemployed.
It, it feels so good just to be honest about some of these things. It's like, it's not who I really am, although sometimes it's hard to see that innocence and that wholeness to really recognize it. And it's not personal. because I tend to want to really beat myself up because I have this desire or that desire. I don't want to accept a miracle. But, you know, looking at it, that this is just a play in consciousness and just be honest about it and neutral. That's really amazing.
And there's a sense like Mary's shirt being a prisoner of God. Your shirt's not together. I just saw the black and white.
Stripes.
Right?
Prisoner for God.
And it's like the consistent looking, you know, the ego doesn't stand a chance against it. There's just no. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. It's like the ego starts to wait. Like, but you need this.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, just stay with it. Oh, I really want this more than God.
The Course talks about not knowing our advances from our retreats. One of the things that Jesus has been showing us is that when we get closer and closer to God, the ego starts making louder and louder noises. And we think we're having a breakdown or, you know, really losing it. And the opposite could be taking place.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been hearing, I think it's a lesson. Is it, I do not know what anything is for, or something similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah, loss, definitely. The idea of loss.
And I'm hearing to go to number 7 in the miracle worksheet. And he says, Jesus says, ask me whether you are ready for a miracle, for I will tell you if you have a hidden desire to deny the miracle. Ask me if there is anything else you need to see. When I tell you the time is right for a miracle, then you will see it is already accomplished. This will train you to put all miracles under my control and ask for my help for all miracles. I am in charge of the atonement, and thus know which miracles are to be performed and what timing is best for miracles. As you desire to refuse yourself miracles, and thus suffer the effects of not experiencing miracles and hearing my voice, both of which are natural to you. This is what I mean when I say that miracles must not be under conscious control, as consciousness is a desire to control and thus limit miracles. Thus, you must rely on my guidance in this regard. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus. Are we ready for a miracle? Is there more relishing of the desire to delay the correction? Hidden. Are we trying to hide anything else?
There's more hiding.
I see there's more relishing. Yeah.
Okay. We'll just sit with it.
I'm relishing the sense of pretend control that this desire gives me.
It feels very deep and very old. It's like over my dead body.
Mhm.
Yeah, what I'm hearing is like he'll show us the death wish. And this is just like the point where we want to choose, we want a choice not to be the light. And also it's an opportunity to just do a light check and just see that the light is here. And then continue to relish the desire, and give it over to him. Just keep placing that in the light. The energy will rise up. And the ego may scream.
It feels like a tear.
Hmm.
Like there's a terror there.
Are you saying terror? Terror?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like the not knowing, autonomy comes in with like a question mark of what is that? What is autonomy? Real open question.
Yeah, you can just ask Jesus and see if there's something to share. If you're hearing something to share about it.
It's definitely personal identity. It's very local.
And the desire we're looking at is the desire to delay the correction. Jesus, show us everything we need to see for this.
It's definitely a case for a pre-miracle.
Okay. We will ask for a pre-miracle.
What I'm hearing right now is the belief that my ego mind wants to make all of this so real, this desire to delay the miracle, once that somehow I have to change my mind, and what's come out in the light circles so many times through Kay is that these are all concepts I've made up, and it's I want to make it in concrete stone, like it has a lot of power, and the deeper we go in looking at it, the less power it has.
He was kind of just showing me, how I can see the contrast between directness and delay. Like put in one hand, I've got direct access to my well, and to direct access to the light. And the other hand, I have this delay that I want to hang on to. So I can just see the contrast between those, and then just see how much I really like delaying the recognition that those two cannot coexist. That only light is the constant, and that the other one comes and goes. And he's just reminding me that the correction, there's nothing around it. There's nothing personal, and it is immediate, and it's always available. So it's like just seeing that contrast between those two. And I was also hearing that we could ask if we're holding or releasing. And I hear release. It's like I've really gotten familiar with what it's like to hold on and withhold and try to find love through delay, and try to find peace through delay. And every time through these joinings, I just see how valuable it is just to go directly to Jesus and hear him speaking through my brother, and just see that there's no delay in that. There's no delay in the recognition of the light. So it's very encouraging, very helpful to be joining. And it's real. I just see how it is saving so much time. Just the willingness to do this on a consistent basis like this just saves so much time, so much needless suffering.
Mm. And there's like no knowing about it. It's just like, yes or no, Jesus. Yes, okay. I'm accepting a miracle. And that's with no story to it. No out picturing. No, okay, what's next? No, just, okay, I'm willing. Let's go for it.
Yeah. The experience here is that the desire starts to dissipate, the energy starts to fall away. So Kay has mentioned before, and it's come from Jesus, the term cease to deniement. We're just ceasing to deny what already is, that the light is here. And then the energy starts to dissipate as we release to the miracle. And I was hearing just to check the miracle worksheet and see kind of where we're at. And we're getting close to our 40-minute time, suggested time for the joining. So we just want to see, are we holding or release? If we're ready for a miracle, we can ask that as well.
I'm hearing yes, go for it.
Yeah, what I hear him saying is just like how powerful it is just to stay in a dialogue. And then when we're not doing that, we're forgetting, just to bring the mind back gently to asking him, okay, Jesus, what's most helpful in this moment? What's most helpful in this moment? And I was just going to read in closing the last paragraph of the miracle worksheet, which is really beautiful. Jesus says, well, actually, it's 2 paragraphs. And if anyone would like to read, that I found that really helpful as well, reading the miracle worksheet. If anyone wants to read, anyone feeling called to read? If not, I'll read it.
I'll read the first paragraph.
Okay.
These joinings will train you that you can indeed come to me for everything, and that you will be helped. I've highlighted these so much and circled this and that. I need to get a blank sheet or one that's not highlighted. Willingness to be, what's the word, ladies? Shown.
Mm-hmm.
That completion.
Go for it, Laura.
Okay. That completion is your only function. All pain is the desire to deny that you can hear my voice. And my voice is given to show you that pain is not natural to you, and that there is a way of peace that surpasses the understanding of this world. This is what I meant when I said, I am with you until the end of time. You will see that below every desire you have kept below your awareness, you have a desire to deny yourself love and to experience death through the choice to be separate from your Creator. Yet as you accept the naturalness of my voice to you, you will see that it is your voice within you that you hear and follow. The voice of truth that is most natural to you. And in this, you will experience the end of time, the end of death, the end of limitation, as these are all impossible ideas that arise in timeless, infinite, unchanging love.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us. Again, we're referencing the Joining in Light Miracle Worksheet. That's available on the website, joininginlight.net. Probably in a link below in the description on YouTube. And we have a phone app, and it's available in a couple places there. Which I need to check that out because I think it's interactive and you can enter notes in. And so I'm going to take
And
a look
email
at
it
that
to
again.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kay was
So
working on that. I don't know if she completed it or not.
really cool feature. So under notes and, I forget, but let's see. You go to more and then you go to notes and worksheets. And then when you go to notes and worksheets, there's the guidance worksheet given by Jesus, the miracle worksheet. There's release denials of lesson 127 and release denials of 126. So, all right, we have content coming out like 24/7. It's nonstop. So we will be having our Wednesday night live tomorrow, correct? Okay. And I don't know the name of the title. Do you know off the top of your head?
Pleasure and pain are the same. And when we see this, there's happiness.
Okay.
Heavy
Very good.
duty.
Yeah.
And I'll put a plug in on Saturday is the chapter 20 joining at 11 o'clock Central.
Yay.
And if you're not a
Join.
chapter 20 partner, come anyway. See what it's like.
See. Yeah, you get to hear everyone's direct experience with working with chapter 20. Very, very powerful just to look at the desires directly like this and see how much we wanted, and then see that we have the power to release the desires and see it another way.
Mhm.
So thank you all.
Beautiful.
Love
Thanks,
you.
Renee. Love
Yep.
you, guys.
Bye. Adios.
Bye, Greg. Bye, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Greg.
Where's the end?
Oh, down in the corner.
No, it's not there.
Uh,
You see it, Mary?